Welcome, friends. It's good seeing you. My name is Remy, and I'm tired. Um, we've been sort of not talking about it for a few reasons. We don't want to feel like we're using our membership of one to prop up the popularity of another in either direction. But we joined our local DSA chapter, and September has been working with them to do political canvassing and things of this nature, and trying to become more plugged into our local political scene here in Oklahoma for a variety of reasons. And that's great and everything. I do support it very much in that endeavor, but we did walk for 3 hours today, knocking on doors, and I don't get out of feeling exhausted just because I wasn't driving the body. We came back and had a nap and some pasta, and I feel ready to go. That is the reason why the stream is late, for those of you who may be watching this live, and if you are watching it as a VOD, why it is going to be significantly shorter than other streams. But that's enough of that, I think. Let's jump into Silksong. Or actually, before we jump into Silksong, I need to do my content warnings, don't I? That's the way we do things around here. So, content warnings for Hollow Knight Silksong. All the characters in Silksong are adorable anthropomorphic bugs, but bugs nevertheless, and if you have an issue with bugs, perhaps this is not the game for you. There's also quite a lot of violence in the form of swordplay without great gore or detail. We had been warning for religious trauma, but we're backing off of that because, and the side path spoiler warning. This is Act 3 of Silksong, and if you are coming at Silksong as a narrative experience and have not gotten to Act 3 yet, you may wish to skip this. Do what you like, obviously, but shit takes a turn. So it will be a massive spoiler for you. Use your own judgment. And because it is Act 3, I've been started warning for body horror. Uh, I feel like I'm missing something. The syringe. There is a thing that Hornet can use to give herself armor. She does so by injecting herself forcefully with a syringe. And if that is something you have a difficulty with, I will be warning very specifically when I am about to use that item. Uh, those are the content warnings for the game. The content warnings for myself. I am a strange person who occasionally makes weird sex jokes or speaks frankly about their trauma. And if that's not your vibe, that's okay. If you find that's something you can roll with, I hope that you enjoy your time here. Let's jump in the line. Ooh, rock your body now. Jump in the line. Double click Hollow Knight Silksong. She's coming. She's on her way. There we go. Let me hit the button that goes to the live screen so that you can see the video game also. Why is it not coming up? There it is. In the hell is the controller? Here it is. Here comes the dingle dong. There we are. So we are hmm, getting into the main quest of Act 3 again, which is to say going around seeking the old hearts. We have claimed the Heart of Might from the Coral Tower, and unlisted we have claimed the, I almost said bisexual heart. That's not what it's called. The dual heart from the Green Prince in Verdania. What is it called? Conjoined heart. Uh, we've yet to claim the Heart of the Woods and the Heart of the Wild, which are in Farfields and Shellwood, respectively. I'm not quite certain how we get to either of these spaces. I'm going to go through Shellwood again and try and find where the they'd be. But I'm not really sure how to do that. Uh, I sort of went around Shellwood last time and just popped a bunch of stuff to try and like break into that area up here. Oh no, I'm thinking about that wrong, aren't I? Yes, I am. Okay, so let's go back over here. So Verdenia over here, you can see that green area, the deeper green part of the map, or I'm sorry, the brighter green area part of the map that says Verdania. That's the area we can get to physically. All of the rest of that map of Verdania is the Dream of Verdania. So probably the part of the map that actually has the heart on it is like Dream Shellwood or whatever it would end up being. So we don't need to break into that space. We need to figure out where the heart is that will let us get into that. I bet it's Sister Splinter. I bet it's in Sister Splinter's boss arena. And that's why she's still hanging out. Her corpse, rather, is still hanging out in that boss arena. Let's go check. I could be wrong, but I think I'm on the right track. Up here would be easier? No, the next room is easier to get up in because there's an elevator. Expressly meant to take us up, expressly. I got to use the word expressly twice in different contexts. Isn't that fun? It's what, up from here? Hang on, just go ahead and take a little rest on that bench before we jump up. Nope, that's not the area I thought it was. That's the area with all the bouncy flowers. Is it further up and to the right? Where the hell was that boss fight? Was it here? Like, the answer is yes, this is definitely where Sister Splinter is. Oh, hey! Stuff's starting to grow out of Sister Splinter's corpse. So that's good. What happens if I play my, needling for you? Doesn't really feel like anything. What if I play my... Oh, no. Up is summon puppies. No, I was really sort of hoping that this is where the heart would be, but it's not. So where should we go, then? What about the graves over where we found the Pin Master, whose name is escaping me at the moment? I want to call them Welly Ho because that's their sort of verbal tick. Wellington. That's also not their name. What's over this way? Oh, this is where we found one of the flea children some time ago. I'm gonna go over here anyway just to explore, but I don't think there'll be anything of incredible use. Can I? It doesn't appear like I can use the pogo to, yeah, to pogo off of those spikes in this room because they are natural as opposed to metallic or like rocks. I guess rocks are also natural, and metal is also natural. Listen, a lot more things are natural than you'd think. We just get used to thinking of them as things that get worked over. But they just exist out there in the wild. Have you ever seen fucking beehives that aren't, like, what's the word I want? Like, beehive farm beehives? Like when bees are just sort of left to their own natural devices. Is that what I'm thinking of? I think I have that wrong. I might be thinking of bees on acid.
Friend.
There was I'm thinking of a particular image that was just this incredibly wildly shaped asymmetrical beehive. And for whatever reason I thought it was like bees just freestyling it, but I think now that I'm examining that memory that it was beehives when bees are given some sort of aerosolized drug. Okay. Well, it's not here at the graveyard. The other place we can go is over on the other place marked on our map. Is over to the right here. I remember we encountered a bug in there, but I can't for the fuck of me remember what they were. They wanted us to bring a bunch of husks of creatures as like a hunt quest. And I guess either way, I haven't checked in on them as part of the, like, let's look at all the NPCs here in Act 3. So I might as well either way. Hello? Grey root. Oh, right, the time of birth approaches. The time will come soon. The time of birth approaches. Great. Do you have any opinions about the music of the needle? That's interesting. You're singing, but there's no words. Alright, so that's not it. We went basically all the way around that upper area. I can't think of anything that's in those two, like, big, long runs that would be interesting to look at. Well, that's on me. Got jumped by a stick bug. Alright, I'm just real quick gonna go pick up that cocoon, and then I think I'm just going to look it up. Oh, there's a void mass up there. Yeah, I'm actually going to pick up that cocoon and then go take out that void mass, and then I'm going to look up how to do the thing I want to do. There we go. And where are you, void mass? Over here? Where are you, void mass? Alright, that's topical. We're in December. What the fuck is that from? Was it the Jim Carrey Grinch? Where are you, Christmas? You're a reindeer. Here's your motivation. Yeah, so just real quick, I'm gonna grab the thing. And I'm just gonna look up what is the fucking thing called? Heart of the Woods. No, I don't wish to know about Heart of the Woods, a fantasy Yuri visual novel on Steam. It sounds great, don't get me wrong. I love Yuri, and I love fantasy Yuri. Oh, I was way off. Fuck. Okay, cool. Good. I'm really glad I looked that up. I would not have thought to do that. So we're going to back to Belhart because that's going to be the easiest way. But we're on our way to the Citadel. Because we apparently need to use our super jump over there. Hi, puppy. I am waking you up, and I apologize. But I need to get to the Grand Beltway. I'm gonna take a hit of tea real quick. Delicious. How the hell do I get to where I want to go? I need to go to the Grand Gate, so it's actually easiest to take the travel to what? Coral Chambers, probably? Yeah. So we need to be here in the elevator shaft. We tried to go up this elevator shaft first, and then it broke and sent us down into the underworks, which is below us. We can't get there from here anymore because the door's closed off. But hey, do you remember how we're an elevator? Oh, Mothbat. Mothbat and mites. This Sunday on GayBC. They fight crime. Well, if we go up this way, that's the door that was closed off to us earlier. And we can fall down into the underworks from here, probably, right? Yes, that was a bad idea. But we have done it. Yeah, that just leads straight into that. So let's take the self-actualized elevator up. And going through this, I keep saying hidden wall, and it's not a hidden wall, it's a hidden passage in an obvious wall. We can punch our way back out this way, yeah, so that just takes us back to the underworks if we want to go there. I don't know why we would. So what's in here? It just looks like a lot more. Oops, okay. More of the, kind of stuff you see around Shellwood. Well, in that it's mostly vines and little tufts of greenery with white flowers in it. And spikes. Don't forget the spikes. Ooh, I haven't seen you become invoided before. That's good. The baby heads on the wall? Oh shit, nope, sorry. I thought I still had a sub-weapon on, but I had the syringe on. Okay. Alright. So hey, about that syringe, I'm about to use it again because I just fell into spikes like 12 times trying to bounce off a bunch of flowers and need some health back. So I'm going to use that here in 3 and 2 and 1. I'll just use it up completely. Ow, okay. I feel I got that, but the game disagrees. It's okay, it's allowed to. You pipe down. I'm getting to you. I have to collect all these hearts first. I should be lucky they aren't making me do the mines as well. Oh, okay. You didn't need for me to go to this way. No, but I went to this way. needed to do the pogo jump off of there. And now there's that. About to call it a flower child. I suppose I can keep calling it that if I want. There's that flower mimic bug over there, except it's got a bunch of void shit on it, so if I go over there, it's going to... There we are. Try and smack me with the void stuff. I did manage to get around it, and I'm through that part of the... I'm through that part. Does this go back out to the... Yes, it does. Okay, that's how I don't have to do that over again. Oh, void mass. Glad I noticed you just in time before you started shooting your terrible spikes at me. I don't get silk back from attacking you because you're an unholy abomination. And here we are, the long stone bridge. A lot of Citadel folks died here. Oh, you're alive. I'm kind of sitting here wondering what you have been surviving on. I suppose that the bevy of dead Citadel creatures around you might give some hints to that. I just accidentally passed through your first line of dialogue. To the best of my recollection, it was Halt, Stranger. I've been tasked to eternally watch over this bridge. Any who wish to pass must cross their weapon with my own. Challenge the Guardian. Yeah, I guess. Shrine Guardian Seth. Well, that went very quickly because I had very little health. Okay, well, I'm glad I rested at the Underworks because that is the closest, well, no, almost. I'm not too far away. But I am going to have to go do all of that stuff at the gate again. And then I should probably rest in the Underworks because that will be the closest bench to where I need to go to. You keep ending your sentences in prepositional phrases. You better stop ending your sentences in prepositional phrases. Or what? Or I'll make it look like you killed me. 12-ounce mouse. Someday we'll be over it. We like to think, but it's apparently not going to be today. Alright, but we cut open all of those, oh shit, I was gonna rest at the Underworks bench. Hang on, let me go do that. Oh, I'm not going to be able to, am I? No, because I need Rosary in order to... Well, I only need one more to be able to rest at this bench. It's 15. I can just go out here and smack apart exactly one of these poor bedraggled workers. For their exceedingly small amount of lunch money, and then pay to rest at a bench. There we go. Right, and back across this way to the left and go challenge Seth again. Hi, Seth. Oh, you were just like ready to go. You didn't want to like wait for me to say, hey. Hello. You have the Captain America shield throw. That's nice. Glad for you. Thank you, Dice. This is a very pretty boss battle scene. I just wanted to be quiet for a moment so you could hear it. It's melancholy as opposed to like big and driving or massive and scary like some of the other boss battle themes are. Alright, Seth. Oh no, you've got more. And you got a lot in the tank. Remember fucking Mark Henry? It's okay if you don't. Mark Henry challenged John Cena for the WWE title, which John Cena had held at the time. And it started out with Mark Henry coming out to the ring in like a suit, in like a salmon-colored suit, holding his wrestling boots. And he just sort of walks in the ring and gives this very long, quite impassioned speech about how it's been so great working for the WWE, and he's gotten so many opportunities with working here in the WWE, and it's been one of the best times of his life, very much sounding like a retirement speech. And then John Cena comes out in the middle of this apparent retirement speech to his own music to like shake Mark Henry's hand, right? And then like Mark Henry accepts the handshake, and they sort of like do the hand raise thing, and then Mark hits John Cena with the world's strongest slam, and just like shouts at John Cena lying there, "I got a lot left in the tank." And listen, that's great. Here's my fucking problem is like, hey John? Mark was like giving a long impassioned retirement speech. You felt you needed to inject yourself into that? I understand it's writing. I know that wrestling is not like... I understand that professional wrestling is an entertainment product. I'm not blaming the man John Cena for this. It's just the way that WWE is continually fascinating for me. X-Pac? I don't want to get into that right now. Instead of that, I want to zero in on this fight with Seth, who I think I mentioned it I didn't really do the description. Whatever Trobio is bug-wise, Seth is one of that kind of bug with the big ruff around the neck. except Seth's is green, which appears to be natural, and his eyes aren't heavily made up rather.
Friend.
Carrying a bronze shield and needle. With which he is quite handily tearing the shit out of me.
Friend.
Just gonna take a moment before I jump back into that fight. I did lose, by the way. We're back in the fight. So Seth has a lot of Seth has a really interesting moveset that I'm still having a little bit of a hard time pinning down. I said he has the Captain America shield throw, and he does. He also teleports over to where the... Not teleports, it's more of a dash, but he doesn't actually cover any of the intervening space. Teleports over to where the shield eventually lands. He has a move where he appears and jumps into midair and then bashes his shield on the ground, causing a sort of AoE with a massive golden flare, which is very pretty. And is generally using his needle to do thrust attacks, and that doesn't help, does it? Just kind of wild swings in front of him. Not wild swings, that sort of sounds wrong. It's very... The movements are very clearly purposeful. This is a bug that knows what they are about as far as sword play is concerned. Or needle play, I guess, except I think that's something else. Because of my particular phobias, I'd have difficulty engaging in needle play, but I really like seeing images of it. Anyway, hey, you remember the weird sex jokes thing? There it is. So one of the problems I'm having with him, I think, is that I'm a pretty defensive fighter. Or he's a pretty defensive fighter. And there are not that many openings in the skills I ordinarily use. There are not many openings in his defense to get in the skills I ordinarily use to do damage. I should be using my thrust attack more, though. And I should be using my syringe. I'm in fact going to do that in 3, and 2, and 1. Alright. leave myself some more for when we get to the second stage of that fight. Oh no, the thrust attack works fine. I should be doing that more. Alright, there's your first dizzy spell. Those have thrust attacks. They're not really thrust attacks. They are lunging slashes that clear an awful lot of distance, more distance than I sort of feel they, not that they should, but more distance than I'm prepared to dodge for. I need to update my thinking on that, I guess. Give myself just a little more space to let him whiff so I can counter. Ooh, damn, okay. I think that's the other thing I keep consistently getting hit by. So, the shield. I said that he attacks with it as a Captain America throw, which is true, but he instigates that both from the ground, straight across, and from up in the air, where he throws it down, it bounces diagonally, and back up in a sort of V pattern, where Seth will end up in the air on the other side. And the problem with the one where he throws it downwards is that it has a very similar wind-up to the attack where he throws his whole body into the ground and does a AoE where he lands. And so I rush in thinking I can get in a couple of hits while he is grounded and then run directly into that AoE. And I need to do that less, I guess. Don't get hit? Fantastic advice. Never would have thought it myself. Ow, that shield throw goes a lot farther than I thought it did. Or I guess even the shield throw from the air doesn't the shield throw from the air doesn't, like, he doesn't stop on the ground where he does that either. So if I see him in the air about to do anything with the shield, I should just back up. It's not worth it either way. Damn it, what did I just say? Don't rush in on the ground. Oop, okay, here comes the second stage, and I'm just going to run away from you and use the syringe, I think. So, here comes the syringe. I did not actually get the chance to use it, I was too busy running, and the second I stopped, I took a thrust directly to the stomach area. And listen, usually I'd be quite fine for a for a cute swords person to thrust up into my stomach, but not that way, and not today.
무쏘 만도 이라 도면야 랜드요 와 도로 이라 도면야 메나
Friend.
저요 브랜도 위에 도면야
Ooh, I really thought I'd gotten that heal off and didn't. Damn. Alright, let's try that again. Nothing we can do but try again. I mean, there are other things we could do. I could back off of this and then go find a different place to go maybe try and find the other heart first, but I'm here. Might as well learn how to get good at this. Actually, before I jump into that, let me go back to using the syringe. So that's going to be 3, 2, 1. Pick up. That means someone's having lustful thoughts about me. It was probably the thrust into the stomach comment.
무쏘 야사조 셀로 도로 저요 야사조 이라 와 이야 도면야 아이
No. Oh, I didn't put the warning bell back on, did I? I sure didn't. What do I have instead? Oh, right, the double claw mirrors. That's what's causing the massive fucking explosion every time I heal.
브랜도
Right, just gonna take the opportunity to heal while you're in the middle of your dizzy spell.
저요 이라 야사조 Nina!
I felt sure you couldn't throw that shield that far. Apparently I was wrong. Alright. I was about to say I'm going to run out of shards at this rate, but I still have plenty, and to spare, because I have the shard bundle. I like that every time we are on our inventory screen now. You can hear the hearts we have collected pulsing. Hearts of Farloom pulsing ASMR 10 hours no ads. For deep sleep and soul relaxation. Yes, I don't sleep soundly. What gave it away?
무쏘 야사조 어디가 해 셀로 이라 위에 이라
Friend.
브랜도 아이 이야 쇼보 야사조
Friend.
브랜드요 도면야
Do you always follow up the AoE with the thrust attacks?
이라
I think you might. I need to examine that a little more.
はい反動ははいフリアブレンド
Okay, I really need to change over to the morning bell.
バンドお願いいやガサッと
Because getting knocked out of that heal animation every time is really starting to bother me. What can I change out? Because I honestly don't want to get rid of... I honestly don't want to get rid of the claw mirrors. Can I get rid of reserve bind? Is that okay? I guess it doesn't matter how many times I can heal if I'm not getting any of them off. Yeah, let's go ahead and switch that out for Warding Bell. Grass was green. Yeah, we cried. Taste was sweeter. Nights of wonder. Oh, my kitchen is all the way over there, isn't it? Yeah, on the other side of Seth. That's fine.
Mando! Yeah, Brendo! Oh, tayo, Yasato! Hai! Oh, Sila! Tayo, Brendio! Mando! Oh, ha! Hai!
I think, and this is advice I end up giving myself at every boss fight, basically, I need to just calm down and be a little more methodical.
Mena! Tayo, Cello! Sila!
Friend.
Hai! Mando! Oh! Oh! Onegae! Sila! Yeah! Sakara!
On the bright side, it is looking that Seth does always follow from the air AoE with the double thrust, so I know how to handle that now.
Friend.
Well, and then just does it right there to prove me wrong, so that's great. Thanks, Seth.
Dina! Sila! Brendo! Yasato! Fria! Sila!
Alright,
Musso!
here comes the second stage. I'm gonna heal real quick.
Mando! Brendo! Mena! Sobo! Cello! Sobo! Fria!
The difference appears to be that when Seth goes up for that big AoE attack, he does 3 in a row. That was really good. That was quite close. I probably only have one or two more of those.
Friend.
Mena! Zoro! What? Tayo, Rendio! Mena! Onegae! Zoro!
I was correct to take that time to heal in the dizzy spell.
Dodo. Lina. Hai. Here. Sakura. Ha. Here. Hai.
So unfortunately, Seth can use that shield to block from above, so I can't just, like, do the thing I love doing and pogo him to death.
Sila. Tayo.
Alright, comes the second stage. I'm just gonna heal real quick. There's 1, and 2, and 3 from above, and you go into the dash attack afterwards. There's 1, 2, 3, dash attack. 1. Oh, okay, sure. I got tricked. You only did it once. I thought it was on to a good thing. Yawn. Okay. You know, Seth, for having been here for, you know, God knows how long, you haven't missed a step. You're still very sharp. Now I jumped right into the fucking AoE again. I've been doing so good about it. I just felt the end of that first phase on me and just got a little too greedy. Alright, how many is the syringe again before we begin the fight? So, hey, that's coming in 3, and 2, and 1. Alright. Seth keeps calling me friendo, and I don't know how I feel about that. I suppose he's just excited to have an excuse to, you know, have a fight after so long. Oh damn, I really, really wanted to get that heal off. Okay, good. Well, Well, that's on me, isn't it? I got Seth down to the second stage thing where he just like sits there tired for a little bit before he uh, yells himself back into consciousness, and it just stood directly on top of his sprite, like like that wasn't gonna telefrag me the second he gets out of his spell. So like on me. Uh, all right. Syringe again. 3, 2, and 1. But I'm getting to the second stage pretty consistently. I mean, it's only a matter of time. It's all only a matter of time. Everything is. Alright, there's the knockdown. Here comes the third stage. You go up in the air, and you go up in the air, and go up in the air, and thrust attack where I can get a couple hits in. You go up in the air, and you go up in the air, and you go up in the air, and then thrust attack and I can get a couple hits in. All the other attacks are basically the same, just a little faster. Up in the air. Oop. And up in the air, and up in the air, and you did the thrust attack exactly as I predicted you would, but I missed my timing, so that sucks. Thank goodness I have enough to heal. Alright, a dizzy spell. Hey, fantastic. Sorry about it, Seth. Seth falls into the water at the wayside, drops his shield upon the ground, and we continue on to the shrine, I guess. I wasn't really certain what was going to be back here, but apparently it's a shrine. Enter the shrine. Inspect the sign in the shrine. Here we honor the seed that sprung the wood. By her grace may all bugs pass safe to join us and our song. Ooh, pretty. It's a fountain. Of what... I don't know if it's meant to be a person. It might not be. But it's kind of a feminine, traditionally speaking, feminine figure inside of bursting out of a flower with a kind of asymmetrical emo haircut. And it's pulsing, which means we can play our special song down here. So, let's see what that does. We fall to the ground. We awaken in some type of headspace. You could probably walk back out, but let's not do that. We walk over to the left. Down this very pretty path. Ooh. You are a person. You're... in fuck was it called? Aluren? A person coming out of a flower, with indeed an asymmetrical emo haircut. Oh, no, you're mad. Okay, I didn't think you'd be mad. I thought we were just gonna have a chat. No, Nihilith is your name, and you're upset with me. Okay, that's fine. Nihilith is, firing both massive balls of pollen and, excuse me, firing a massive AoE of pollen and then little balls of pollen that I am having to dodge as she is attached to a wall. Do I want to take the break right now? I just hit this button to get into the headspace, so actually, yeah, fuck it. At the very least, I know that the void won't scream at us here. That's Grandmother Silk screaming, right? In the middle of her thrashing about in the abyss? I think that's the case. So at least she won't do that here. Anyway, I'm going to take a real quick break to kind of get my... What is happening with my arm? You can't see that, and that's probably for the best. Before I do that, I wish to take this opportunity to remind you that Black Lives Matter, that Indigenous lives and lands matter, the lives of people of color matter, that Palestinian, Ukrainian, Sudanese, Congolese lives matter. There are many ways to stand in solidarity with your fellow travelers upon this earth, and we like to push for direct mutual aid, as it helps people who are suffering right now suffer less, and people with a firm foundation under them don't need as big a lever to move the world. So, on our break, I'm going to go to the mutual aid hashtag on my social media and boost what needs I can there. I respectfully suggest that you might take the opportunity to check out mutual aid initiatives that exist where you operate, both online and in meat space, because the only way we get out of this is through, and the only way we get through this is together. In the meantime, maybe do a stretch or have a snack or drink some water, whatever self-care is useful to you. I'll do the same, and we'll meet back up here in just a little while. I'm not going to put a timer on it. I'll hope to see you then. So here's the thing. I get why my legs hurt. We walked. It's that simple. Uh, I, I even sort of understand why the like hips and spine are a part of that, because we don't have great posture, and our hips are our our hips don't lie, and the thing they're telling us that's the absolute truth is, hey, you're 40 and you need to take it a little easier than you take it. I don't know why the fuck my shoulders hurt. Like right up in the trapezoidal muscles. It is they it's I don't know, maybe we've just been carrying way too much fucking tension. That sounds like us. Uh if for whatever reason it feels like we've been like dragging something along by our shoulders for like a mile. Don't know what that is. Anyway, I'm back. I've gone through like a whole quart of tea. Which is fantastic. It's good tea, and it's doing a fantastic job of keeping my throat coated as we go through this. And by the way, what we're going through is the memory of Shelwood. What the fuck was your name? Started with an M, I think. Let's go get our ass kicked by that pretty flower lady again. Hey, can I play some jazz for you before we begin this fight? Do you have something to say? Oh, yep, sort of. Grow, settle, seed. Twist, wind, or wind, protect. Serve, eat, sustain. Twist, wind again, or wind, protect. Well, let's have this fight. Nihilus is your name. Oh, apparently I can hit those balls of thorns that you spawn back at you. That's good. Always nice. Okay, these attack patterns are not that intricate. I just need to be cautious of them. Alright, well, I said that, but we're apparently sinking now. Oh, no, we're not sinking. It's just that we don't have a ground to be on anymore. That's fantastic. I love that. Floor is Lava, one of my favorite games. Glad at least that I can rely on the kindness of opposite wall. Oh, worst possible timing to heal, but that's okay. It's not actually as bad as I was making it out to be. I was just sort of put off by the fact that I had a safe place to land and then didn't. Her attack patterns still are not that difficult to dodge. I just need to do it from the extreme side as opposed to the center of the room. I did still die, but that went pretty well. I suppose that's the kind of the setup of the challenge, right? you have the floor in the middle during the first part of the fight so that you can get used to what all the attack patterns are. And then a little ways through, the whole floor breaks, and now you're familiar with the patterns, but you have to learn how to dodge them in the new atmosphere. Try that again. All right, Nihilus. What font do they use for that? Is it Optimus Princeps still? It really looks like it. Or it might just be Times New Roman. It's some sort of serify thing. Oop, I didn't mean to hit that one down. I meant to hit the other one across, but it's too late. Go ahead and heal while you're doing your big old shout. Alright, I thought maybe I could get a couple of pogos off on you while you were stuck to the wall there, but... Like, the answer is I probably can, just not the way I was doing it. Take a quick second to heal while I have some safe around. Oh, I just stood there for that one, huh? Yeah. Star charging up and everything. Should I go... Yeah. I'm gonna go back to the... the bench in Underworks real quick, so that I can completely refill our plasmium syringe. Because I haven't been using it, and I think having that little bit of extra health sustainability might do wonders. There we go. That's what I wanted. I'll just, again, go ahead and pay the toll to rest at this bench. And the Underworks, a place where, the only place where you have to pay to rest at a bench, by the way. Or I guess that's not true. You also have to pay to rest at, Mort's, safe house in Farfields the first couple times you go there, before everything breaks down. Let me just run back this way. and wait for Nyla to come down so we can start this, fight. I really thought I could get away with that heal a little better than I did. I'll heal while you're doing your big shout, and now we start having the fight again, only you're on the wall now. Well, you were always on the wall, now I'm on the wall. I'm obliged also to be on the wall. Is that doing like 3 apiece, or am I just not paying attention to how much health I have? Because I think most of the things don't do more than 2 mass worth of damage. But on the other hand, I feel like I have more than that continuously when I die. I think I just might not be paying attention quite as closely as I should. Alright, come on, Nyla. Nyla throws? Is that anything? I mean, it's something. It's not nothing. Is she from here, Nyla Rose? I don't think she is. I'd have to look that up. Here's the thing about being a wrestling fan from Oklahoma. We have 2 or 3 of some of the best names in, like, professional wrestling from here. In that, like, very obviously Jim Ross is from here. And, Steve Williams. And, like... The Briscoes, not those Briscoes, the ones that aren't homophobic openly. Or maybe they are. I haven't checked in a while. We do unfortunately also have Jack Swagger. That's not what he's called anymore, is it? He's on AoE. AWE, not AoE. I've been playing this game for too long. It's not AWE either, is it? AEW. Got there. Oh, you're starting out with the dash, are you? That makes sense. I wasn't prepared for it. That's the best kind of attack, is the one your opponent isn't prepared for. Alright, throwing your pollen bombs. Here's the thing, I can pogo you just a little bit, but there's a bunch of your attacks that are really, really up close, so I need to be sure to bounce away as soon as possible. I kind of thought I was out of the range of that. That time I definitely wasn't out of the way of it, but there we are. I'm gonna use the syringe next time before we get into that. Oh, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I just walked right out of that dream. Did I call them trapezoidal muscles a minute ago? I think I did. Trapezius is the name of that. Yeah. Is that why the trapeze, like the acrobatic thing, is called that? Because it relies on, like, being drug across by those muscles in your shoulders? I'll tell you what. We got some time, and I could use a little bit of a break from this. Let's just fucking look it up. Etymology of what? Okay, apparently the last thing I looked up the etymology of was hullabaloo. I don't remember what I learned from that search. Uh, so maybe I should make it again. Trapezius, thank you. What do I mean, trapeze? Yeah. Trapeze.
Trapeze.
Let's go for online etymology dictionary. The origin and history of trapeze, a gymnastics device, a high swing with a crossbar suspended by two cords used for feats of strength and agility. 1861, from French trapèze, from late Latin trapezium, probably because the crossbar ropes and ceiling formed a trapezium. A trapezium in geometry, a plane figure contained by, what a coincidence, I'm a plane figure. That's absolutely untrue. Contained by four straight lines. What a coincidence. Anyway. And not contained by four straight lines that is not a parallelogram. From Greek trapezion, meaning irregular quadrilateral. Okay, so that's why the trapeze, the thing, is called that. What about the muscle? The trapezius muscle, a large muscle over the back of the neck. So called from the shape of the form. Okay, so they're both named after the shape. They're not named one after the other in either direction. That makes sense. Cool. That's been your learning for today. And my learning. I'm done learning today. Only fight. So let's get back to Nyla throws. Come on down. Ooh, barely got out of that. Oh, well. bounce off the top of you best I can. Come on.
Friend.
The opportunity to heal real quick while I'm respawning. Stand on the edge of this area. Try to avoid the pollen and then absolutely don't. I didn't avoid it that way either. Alright. I got the heal off anyway, so I'm not in danger. Okay, so now we're in much more danger. So much danger, in fact, that I died while trying to heal. Let's do that again. I said I was going to use the syringe and completely forgot about it in the trapezius conversation. Okay, I am about to use the syringe. I will be doing that in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Well, no, okay, I woke Nihilith up. I was going to just, like, use all of it at once. Because I'm not really going to have much opportunity to use it in midair, jumping off these walls. Or, I don't know, Hornet kind of floats whenever she uses the syringe, so maybe that'll be an alright way to keep myself from falling if necessary. If I use a syringe, again, as usual, if I use a syringe mid-boss fight, it's going to be fast because I'm going to have to make that decision on the fly, so I won't have time to do the 3, 2, 1 countdown. But I will do my best to say something along the lines of, here comes the syringe, so that you will have a little bit of time to look away. It is the best I can do for you. I apologize for not being able to do better. It refills, doesn't it? Yeah, it refills every time I get thrown back out of the dream. That's fine. I was sort of worried that it would remain used and I'd have to keep going back to the bench every time I used it up, but no, we're getting there. I will say I'm griping about it just a little bit because that's just sort of my way, but it's a very good boss fight. I'm enjoying it a lot. It's interesting mechanically trying to should I be using the fuck, what is it called? The piton. It's not called that. The thing that makes me hang on walls as opposed to slide down them, so that I can control my hops along the wall better. I think that's probably a good idea, but let's just do this fight first, and maybe I'll get away with it, and I won't even have the opportunity to change it out. Oop. Can jump in and get a couple pogos off the back of that. Perfect time to heal. Fantastic. You do your big pollen blast over there. I'll stay far away from it and take the opportunity to fucking heal. Come on.
Friend.
Here comes the syringe. Okay. I needed just a little bit of leeway so I could get in some hits enough to heal for real. Oh, you're on a second dizzy spell. That's good. Giving me enough time to heal. I love that. I'm amazed I managed to do that. Nope. Alright, so it is just doing 2 damage. It's not doing 3. I am just not paying attention to how much health I have at any given time. Oh, righty! That's the end of that fight. Sorry about it, Nyla. We are life, we are growth. What world without us? Seed. Defeat Nihilus. Bum-bum. Bum-bum. And a new flower is growing on the edge of the fountain. We take. Obtained the pollen heart. It beats faint and fast. We've added a new thump to our ASMR collection. Very lovely. What else is there? Do I want to go to the Underworks? Huh, that's interesting. Hang on. I don't really know what to make of that. It's slightly perturbing. So I went to go check the quests, and the other quest for Seek the Old Hearts is gone. It's no longer on our list. It says bring the old hearts to the snail shamans in the ruined chapel beside Bone Bottom. So I guess it just wanted 3. The fact that we collected Green Prince's conjoined heart from Verdania fulfills that role without having to go get the 3rd one that's out in Farfield somewhere. But surely that won't do. I'm not going to just not do that side quest. I want very badly to go check that thing out. I want to see all the things that the game has. I want to see all of its ideas and the points it's making. So there's not a marker for it either. So here's what I'm going to do. Are we in Underworks now? Yes, we are. Um, I'm going to, it's a little late for me to jump deeply into something, but I will give myself a little treat and look up a map of Farloom, a completed map of Farloom. Oh, thanks. No, not like that. Because I really want to go and, oh, this is what I wanted. Thank you. Oh, no, that's not quite what I wanted. I want to go to the Underworks and get that last flea that exists in the Underworks, and I just want to see how we get there. Oh, there's like a whole fucking... Oh, cool. Great. Okay, I've lied to you all. I'm not going to do that because it's going to take a lot more effort to go get that one flea in the Underworks that you can see than I thought it was going to. I thought surely there's just one wall that I need to break and maybe do a little bit of a platforming challenge and get over there. Nope, it's like a whole nother section of map that's in between that. That's in that big empty area between Underworks and Sinners Road and Greymore. So, we're gonna start off next stream doing that, I guess. And then we're gonna go try and find out how to get to the other heart, which is gonna be over here somewhere near Pilgrim's Rest. Before we go back to the Snail Shamans like it currently wants us to. I'm just gonna sit and rest here. But that's gonna be it for me for the evening. Don't think there's anything that I need to tell you specifically. I'm Remy of the Free Association. We do this. We stream. You could do the YouTube algorithmic things if you want the likes and the subscribing and the commenting. It's not. We're not trying to grow the channel in that way. That's not important to us. We just like it when people enjoy the work. Next stream is going to be Tuesday, like usual. We're going to be back at this. How many streams of this are left? Probably not very many. I can't imagine it goes past the new year. I would be very surprised if it went up to Christmas. But we'll sort it out and see, I guess. Anyway, right now that's been it. I love you. Stay alive. Hope you have a good night.